think it says live. Okay, so I will actually get there. I had it all ready this time, ready to go. And then when I went back to go live, 2 minutes to, everything had gone grayed out. So I had to start all over again. So I've got to get the timing just right to get this going. So what we're going to do, right now, we're going to do some, it's called handspan pace. Yeah, that's what it's called. So we're going to do some measuring stuff, and then at 10 o'clock in 1 hour's time, I'm going to do a show aimed at the young kids. So it's going to be just not even talking to you like this. We're just going to go with the show and just make it fun for the younger learners, 3 to 6 year olds. Now, with that show, it's absolutely fine for the older kids to be part of it. Please come and join us, because you might be able to help your little ones, ask questions, little people that you live with, or just you might even, who knows, you might enjoy it yourself. So right now we're going to do handspan fun. So what is a handspan? A handspan is the distance from the thumb. If you spread out, it's not like this. It's if you spread out your whole hand, and it's the distance from the end of your thumb to the end of your pinky. That is a handspan. So what can we measure with a handspan? We can measure, do you think your handspan is wider or less wide? What's wider, your head or your handspan? Going from ear to ear, what's wider? What do you think? Let's find out. I'm going to find out what mine is. What do you think is wider, my handspan or my face? I'm going to take my glasses off. Here we go. What do you think? What's going to be wider from ear to ear? Ooh, what's wider? Yeah, I think it stretches a bit out that way and a bit out that way. So, right, so that's that handspan done. Now, what's the other one? Handspan, pace. Oh yes, what's pacing? What's pacing? How do we do pacing? Let's find out. So pacing, we can use our feet to measure. So we can use feet and literally, how am I going to do this? Oh, wait a minute, it's over here. I've got this one, it's this one. That's why I've got this one. That's why I obtained this, and that's why all my wires are wired around. That's why I've got this, so that we can move it around. And whoa, hello, I've got some starry night. Do you recognise that? You ever seen that picture? So let's go a bit around there. Vincent van Gogh, I never know. No, very few people know how to pronounce that if you're not Dutch. But anyway, my arty socks. Okay, ready? So you can measure with your feet. So if you want to measure a distance, let me see, I want to measure the distance between that chair and everything's falling on the floor. Right, that chair and found one of my pots from earlier in the week. Can you see this chair and both of them at the same time? Maybe over here. See, that's where everything fell on the floor. Right. What is it? I'll make it further apart to make it more interesting. How many feet it's going to take to get from one leg to another? Here we go. Whoops. Oh, dear, got to be on this side. Here we go. 1. How many do you think it's going to be? 2. How many? 3. Sorry, I'm going to get in your way now. 3. Ah! You have to have some balance to do this. 3. And, oh, how much is left? Let's see. Is it a whole foot? How much? What part of my foot? Let me see if we can see it a different way. It came up to, can you see where the foot on the back is? It came up to there. So it's just kind of where my toes are, wiggling my toes. It's just the tip of my, almost just my toes. It's 3 feet and a toe. 3 feet plus toes. So that's feet. Now, pace is, move these out of the way so we don't have something crazy going on. Can you see where I am? Okay, so You know what walking looks like. Let's see. Move this out of the way. Got all my boxes behind there. Okay, move this out of the way. So this is walking. You can see my feet. This is walking. Da, dee da. So how many, let's call them walks. How many walks are there from the sofa? And you can't see it all. Move it further back. From the sofa to, move that chair out the way. We'll get there. How many walks are there from the sofa to the path, that white ledge over there? How many walks do you think it's going to take me? There we go. How many walks? Just normal walk. 1, 2, 3, and a foot. 3 and a foot. 3 and a bit. It's not 4. Are you going to have a go at that? Have a go and do some walks and see what sizes you come up with. But those walks and those feet and those hands, they're not very scientific. They're not very mathematical. Well, they're mathematical because you can measure anything. But what we don't have is comparisons. And also there's one missing, because this is called handspan, pace. So we're going to see what a pace is. Now a pace is, for me, a pace is about, hold on, is about, ready? 1 meter. That's my pace because of my size. So let's have a look. See, a pace is a big stride. So a pace is boom. That's a pace. And then I can go again. Oh dear. I don't really have enough room. So how many paces is this? Let's see. 1 and maybe a half. Maybe. Who knows? Let's have a look. So I'm just going to bring this chair here so that I can actually see you. So we've got handspan, and we've got, what else did we do? We did feet, and we did stroll or walking, and then we did pace, which is like the biggest step you can take. So if there's more than one of you, why don't you compare how many paces it is across your room? Go ahead and just pace the room and see. First of all, guess how many do you think it's going to be, and then go and do it. How many paces across is it? Now let me see if I can see some comments, because I'm looking on the wrong thing here to actually see comments. Let's have a look. While you do that pacing and measure your faces with your hand span, and see what else you can measure with your hand span, and then put some comments in so I know what you're up to. I'm going to see if I can find let's see. Gotta find you. Gotta find you. I will find you. I will succeed in finding you. I'm looking. Are you doing the pacing? Doing some pacing. Boom, boom, boom. And then if there's more than one of you, if you've got a grown up around or a different size young people, can everybody measure out theirs with their own handspan? Maybe measure a table or your own paces, and how many is it going to be? And now we're going to have that. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I'm looking for it to see if you've made any comments. I can make comments. I can answer questions and comments that you put in. And what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Was live. That's a was live. That isn't an is live, is it? A was live doesn't help us. We need an is live. Is live and is live, is live, is live, is live. Okay, we don't have any comments on there. So I'm going to have a look on here, see if anyone is commenting in the group. And if you're not, that's absolutely fine. So just do it, because that means you're watching in the replay, and that's absolutely perfect. Comment, go ahead and comment and tell us how many what your estimates are. Okay, let's see how many steps you made across your room. If you had different sized people, how many steps they made across the room. Now, let's see what we're going to do next. We're going to, okay, I don't see any comments, so that could just be that I don't know where to look. How many steps you made across your room. If you had different sized people, how many steps they made across the room. Everybody comes on. Now, so let's see what we're going to do. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because anybody can measure anything using their own hands and their own paces, their own feet, their own anything. Now, what happens when you have because anybody can measure what happens when you have I've got to get the other screen without the comments. I can see what you can see. Right. What happens when you have people of different sizes? You might have someone in your home this size, and you might have someone this size. You might have someone who's this size. You might have someone who's that size. Hello, Yvette. See you later. And you don't all different people of all different sizes. So you'll have different widths of your hand. Now, if you put it on your own face, then probably it's about the same. It stick out about the same equivalent size to mine, even if you're a lot smaller. I don't think any of them will be that big. But then you've got the steps. Oh my goodness, the strides. The strides. That's the way again. So if I take a stride across, slippery dippery, that's going to be a slightly different length than someone who's this tall. If you're this tall, then your stride is going to be different. So, how do we know how to measure and to make sure that everybody's measuring the same thing? Well, your stride is going to be different. A long time ago. So how do we know? This was a real problem. This was a real problem in the world because different people, different societies, different countries, and even within countries, I think they were still using different terminologies depending what you were in, whether you were measuring buildings or whether you were measuring farms or whatever you were measuring. And it became clear that all the scientists and mathematicians and engineers around the world started to come together and communicate. No, they didn't communicate like that in those days. Or they communicate, oh yes, they communicated with wonderful pens that had something equivalent. Something like this. And they'd write painstakingly, right, and had to dip it in the ink. Keep writing. There you go. Keep writing with their interesting looking writing implements. And way further back in the Greek times, and way far long ago, in the Egyptian times, they would write on mud, on clay, and they'd scribe with a stick on clay, and then dry it, and then that would last for a long time. In the Greek times, and now. What was the solution to everyone having a different way? So, well, it's 10 feet. Well, whose size feet is it? Well, it's our king's feet. Oh no, it's our queen's feet. Oh no, it's the young prince that was born a month ago. It's their feet. Versus that. What size is everything? So, it was decided by people collaborating, working together, and making a big decision that length were all going to be based around a particular length. Now, that length, there was a way that it was decided, and I tell you what, you can Google that. You can Google why was this particular length decided to be the standard for length. And the standard for length is, everybody puts pinky in the air like this, say one, you can Google why is that particular length decided that is the length. Now, everything's measured from that. Now, I've measured mine. Mine goes from my shoulder to the end of my thumb. So you could measure yours. I've actually, yesterday, hold on 1 second, was it yesterday or the day before? I made a string, here we go. Now you can do this yourselves, and I did this, I measured it using rulers, just normal string, and I measured out the string so that it would be 1 meter long. So using the string, you can find out how long your meter is. So it might go from your shoulders to the end of your hand. Everybody that's in your home, everybody, all the grown-ups, so using the string, all the children, you can find out how far a meter goes. For some people, a meter goes from elbow to elbow, so you might call that a stop, that's an elbow to elbow meter. Some people, it might go from hand to elbow, all the grown-ups, so that's elbow meter. Some people, it might go quite little. Some people, it meter goes back, elbow to elbow. So you put your thumbs up like that. I call that a double thumbs up meter. For some people, it might be 1 thumb up, so that's a 1 thumb up meter. And if you're about 4-ish, you might be a perfect meter. You might be a meter, twinkle meter. From fingertips to fingertips, that might be a meter. And then you've got the height. The height, again, let's get my piece of string, show you my meter. I know my height meter. It's from the floor. You might want to put a bit of weight on it or get somebody to hold it on the floor. My meter goes up to here. Well, depending how tall you are, again, you might be a meter up to here, or up to here, or here, or here, or wherever you are. You can find out what yours is, and you can all compare. And you know what? If you all stand side by side, or even if there's just two of you, stand side by side, and you hold your hand where your meter is. If I had a little person here who was a meter tall, they would have their hand on their head, and somebody else might be a meter up to here when they held their hand there. The hands would all be at the same height, even though the people were all different heights. So that is, and then what we do is then we split up. Whoops. Hello. Then we split up the meter. So that's why we call it, the next one down is a centimeter. Now a centimeter is, how many centimeters are there in a meter? Let me see. How many centimeters are there in a meter? Well, to get a clue, you can look at a ruler and see how many centimeters there are in 10 centimeters. Does that help? How many centimeters are there in a meter? Well, there's 30 centimeters in the whole ruler. How many centimeters there are? And that goes about a third the way, nearly a third the way from my shoulder to the end of my thumb, or along the string. You can get the string. You've already made the string, but if a parent or an older child makes the string, then the younger child can measure it and figure it out. So let's see, there's 30, and then there's another 30, 30 out of 30 is 60, and another 30, that's 90, and whoopsie, and 10, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. 100 centimeters in a meter. And then a millimeter is 1/10 of a centimeter. Now there's a clue in the milli. Mil is 1,000. Millimeter is 1,000 of a meter. So how many millimeters are there in a meter? There's another way to know as well. If you look at the size of your nail, the side of your nail like that, just that little bit there, that thickness there. Just between my nails there, just that little thickness there, sideways. That's 1 millimeter-ish. And then you put up a pinky. The thickness of your pinky is about a centimeter. The thickness of your nail is about a millimeter. And then you need 100 of these and 1,000 of these to make. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. 1 meter. Now, what are we going to do? I've got these resources here, which you can have a look at. There's links down below to link to these resources. and lots of things you can do. Now, when you go to the park, when you're doing your exercise or in the garden, you can stop and look, see how far a tree is, and then once you know, we're going to now measure our paces, so we actually know how long a pace is. You can measure it in centimetres. And then you can, everybody stop and think, okay, how many paces is it from me to a tree? Or choose whatever you want. It could be fancy, it could be a duck. If the duck will stay still while you go. You can choose whatever you want to go to. And just inside your house, like me, I don't have a garden, so I've got my living room here. And you can pace, so if you've got a big length and you're outdoors, you can pace and decide how many paces it's going to be, and then you can compare, depending how tall you are, and people have different size paces, so you can all guess, okay, so Lucy, who's 16, is going to have big paces, so she's going to have more or less paces to get to the tree. And Jackie, who is 5, you have a go. Just have a go at it. And find out. And then you do the same again, measuring with your hands. So you can measure a table, you can measure a chair, you can measure a doll, you can measure a bicycle, you can measure whatever you want to measure, and use your handspans and compare different sizes with the different handspan. So what else can you do? You can guess how tall an animal might be. So how many handspans, and actually an interesting point. Horses aren't measured in meters. Horses are measured in hands. Now, there's a particular person's hand that they're measured in. This is all stuff you can Google. Why are horses measured in hands? Whose hand is a horse measured? Where are you comparing it with? How long is a hand? The horse's hand, not your hand. But you can measure how long your hand is. But you can decide how tall do you think the average horse is? How tall is the tallest horse in the world? How small is the smallest horse in the world? Do the same with dogs. Do the same with cats, tails. Who decide? Fish. What's the longest? I'm going to say aquatic creature. How? Because the smallest horse are whales. Do the same with dogs. Do the same with cats, tails. Find out. Maybe you could do that. Find out. Estimate what is the longest fish, and then what is the longest creature that lives in the sea. And there's a very interesting creature that has lots. Well, what is the longest legs? What their tentacle span is from one end to the other. I once made an octopus with a tentacle span of 30 meters from the tip of one tentacle to the tip of the other tentacle is 30 meters, if you can work out how long that is. And so write things down, just make decisions, write them down, and then go and you can't actually go and measure a horse or an animal. Google it. Just Google it. First, before you Google it, decide for yourself and write it down. Decide what you think it might be, and then measure that. Make a model of it using a piece of string. You can just get pieces of string at the right length and say, okay, it's going to be as high as the tallest horse. And then where do you measure a horse to, or a cow to? Do you measure it to the tip of their ears? Or is it measured to some other part of their body? And what do you want to know? Is it going to be the one measured to their ears, or the top of their head? Or is it to some other part of their body? But then you can actually measure it to the tip of their ears. Decide, okay, it's going to be as far as the top of that painting, or the bottom of that painting, or to the top of the mantelpiece. And then you can actually make, somehow using maybe little strips of paper, make an outline, whatever you want. You can use like cutting strips of paper like I've got here, or to the top of the mantelpiece, and make an outline using something. I'm sure you've grown up, but wherever you do. You could do it on the floor, maybe do it on the floor, and that we could just use gravity to draw out the line, just using the bits of tape. It's just paper that hasn't been stripped, and then you can draw it. And then see it and lie. Actually, on the floor's nice because then you can lie on it and take pictures of how your height compares with the horse's height or the cow's height or the largest, tallest dog's height. And send us pictures, please. Send us pictures to the group, which is Making Maths Fun for Children of All Ages. Now, I'm going to put the links on. This has been shared. I don't know what I'm looking at that I should or shouldn't be looking at, because I don't see any comments, and we usually do have comments. Anyway, that's the end of today's. Now I'm going to put the links on. And thank you for joining me. So just to say, tell your grown-ups, there'll be links in the comments with the Making Maths Fun for Kids of all ages. Please come and join. We're doing live every day at 9 in the morning. If you're doing Joe Wicks, you can watch the replay. And then 8 in the evening with a session, sometimes 7, sometimes 8. Yes, 8 every night except Monday night. 8 every night, every day. Correction. 7 every night except Monday night. Monday night's now still going to be 8 o'clock because Stuart is the daddy of the 8 every night except Monday night. His bedtime is around 7, so he can't come on till 8. But we're moving the time to 7 instead of 8 o'clock. So tonight's going to be at 8 o'clock, tomorrow's going to be at 8 o'clock, and then after that it's at 7 o'clock. Just a little announcement anyway. And what else? Yes, we have YouTube channels. We have the resource that this comes from is the Aiming High website, so I'll be putting a link to that. And this is resource for parents and a resource for teachers. Now the resource for teachers is actually simple as well as easy to follow. It's been written because a lot of the teachers using it work in rural areas of Africa. AIMSEC NGO in Africa helping with professional development for math teachers in rural areas where they don't have access to lots of things. So it's simple to use, and they're aimed to be usable by teachers that then sit down together, work out how they're going to facilitate this, and then go ahead and do it. So we're creating videos for all of those, and that's on the Maths Toys YouTube channel, and we're creating, and all these lives that we're doing are all going up on the Bubbling Maths YouTube channel, as well as of course being saved in the Making Maths Fun. So we've got all the videos, all the lives we do, all saved there, so you can look through the videos to find the ones that suit you. So tonight at 8 o'clock we'll be doing another, we're going to have a chat, hopefully, if everyone comes to class, with the founder of AIMSEC and the Aiming High, person that writes lots of the resources for the Aiming High website. And she's done a lot of things in her time. She really knows how to help parents and teachers to facilitate their learning of maths. So that will be an interesting chat, and then we'll cover what we're doing for the rest of the week. So what we'll be doing from here on in is, in the mornings, we're going to do an activity for the children to actually join in. So of course that can be seen on the replay. And in the evenings, we're going to what we're doing. We'll have a chat. We've got a guest speaker in, but at the end of every session, we might do another separate quick live. I don't know. It's all a movable feast, or maybe start with the quick live on preparation for the next session, so that you don't have to look through the whole thing. So in the replays, and then we'll have guests wherever it's appropriate, and that's sessions for grown-ups. Sessions for grown-ups, older kids. And wait, if you want to know how to help younger children, and then we'll ambition to become a maths teacher. Now, I'm not a teacher. People say I am. I'm not a qualified teacher, but what I do is I facilitate the learning of mathematics, and any one of us can learn how to do that. So thank you for joining. 10 o'clock, what have we got? 30 minutes from now, we're going to do a fairly short live, but it's aimed at 4 to 6-year-olds. Get all your 4 to 6-year-olds lined up and sitting down. Or actually, won't be much sitting down. I'll be moving around. But I'm going to be using balloons. What are we going to be using? Yes, balloons. Balloons to measure all kinds of things, and we'll have a bit of mayhem to go with it. Thank you for joining and see you next time. Whoops. No, stop it. Technology.